Cheng Yi and the Red Dragon Robe, when history breathes again on screen. Welcome to Sohu Media, where stories behind the screen find their voice. Today, we dive straight into a moment that has quietly but powerfully taken over the internet. Cheng Yi stepping into a crimson dragon robe, and, in doing so, reviving the spirit of the Ming dynasty for a new generation. In January 2026, still images from the television series 15 Days Between Two Capitals sparked intense discussion online. At the center of it all was Cheng Yi's portrayal of Zhou Zhanji, translated into English as Zhou Zhanji, the Ming emperor also known as Emperor Xuanzong of Ming, clad in a deep red dragon robe. What fascinated audiences wasn't just his appearance, but how convincingly history seemed to come alive through costume, posture, and presence. The red dragon robe itself deserves attention. Rather than a stylized fantasy piece, it was meticulously recreated based on historical artifacts, drawing inspiration from a Ming dynasty python robe preserved in the Confucius Museum. The dark crimson brocade, cloud-shaped python motifs on the shoulders and sleeves, and wave and rock patterns along the hem all strictly follow Ming imperial regulations. Even the twin dragons playing with a pearl above the crown were crafted using spring joint techniques, allowing the dragon heads to subtly tremble with movement, an understated detail that adds remarkable realism. The collar fastenings replicate traditional Ming knot systems, while the matte brocade fabric balances historical accuracy with the practical needs of a character constantly on the run. Color plays a quiet but powerful role here. The deep red carries a dual meaning. It reflects the sharp authority of an emperor, echoed in leaked stills where Zhou Zhanji lifts his gaze while gripping a sword, and simultaneously mirrors the urgency of a ruler racing against time to save the nation in 15 days. This creates a striking contrast with the bright yellow dragon robe worn during his days as crown prince, visually marking the shift from inherited nobility to burdened sovereignty. Costume alone, however, cannot carry a character. Cheng Yi's performance gives the robe its soul. Through subtle physical choices, steady steps, a firm hold on the jade belt, he conveys princely discipline. A mere change in his eyes when he looks up signals the decisiveness of an emperor. Interestingly, leaked behind-the-scenes photos show him switching instantly from a commanding stride to a playful, friendly pose, a sharp contrast to his earlier disheveled prince image in the story. This contrast doesn't break immersion. Instead, it highlights his control as an actor and the layered complexity of Zhou Zhanji as a character. Audience reactions have been overwhelmingly enthusiastic. Many viewers have dubbed him the chosen emperor, praising how every step carries the spirit of the Ming dynasty. Others describe the red dragon robe billowing behind him like rolling war clouds, making it feel as though he is walking through the dust of history itself. Youthful energy blended with imperial gravity. This balance seems to be what resonates most. Online impact followed quickly. Within a single day, over 20 trending topics emerged, with the hashtag Cheng'anjitu dragon robes are so stunning, hashtag surpassing 100 million views. Comment sections turned into impromptu Ming Dynasty aesthetics classes, with netizens comparing museum artifacts and discussing details like the blood-red base tones and brocade textures. Even before its official release, the series has been widely predicted to become a summer 2026 hit, thanks to its historical depth, the original work of Ma Boyong, and Zhou Zhanji's legacy in establishing the Rinxian era. Of course, the production team has reminded viewers that some circulating images contain unreleased filming content and should be viewed objectively. Still, anticipation continues to grow. So here's a question for fans. Is it the costume that convinces us, or the actor who gives it meaning? Perhaps it's the rare moment when both align perfectly. If you enjoyed this deep dive into history, performance, and visual storytelling, don't forget to subscribe to Sohu Media on YouTube. Join us as we continue exploring the moments that make Chinese dramas unforgettable.